All right, welcome back everybody. In today's video, I want to talk about coin collecting and coin collecting for beginners. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions from parents and from students about things we could do at home during the school shutdown, okay? Things that can keep us busy, a hobby, some activities that can pass the time since we are at home the majority of the day because of the school shutdowns, okay? One of those things can be coin collecting. And in this video, I'm going to introduce coin collecting to the beginner, all right? So we're going to talk about the basics of coin collecting in this upcoming video. All right, guys? Now, you might think, well, Mr. Hurley, I don't have a lot of money to go out to buy coins. You don't have to do that. With what I'm going to talk about today, you could get started coin collecting right after this video, okay? Now, before we start talking about the types of coins that you could start collecting, okay, I want to talk about some basics that you need to know. First of all, what makes a coin valuable? What makes a coin collectible? Why do people want to collect certain coins? Well, there's two reasons why coins can be collected, or reasons why they could be collected or valuable. The first reason is metal value. Metal value. Basically, what is the coin made out of? Is the coin made out of silver? Okay? Is the coin made out of gold? Now, obviously, you have a silver or gold coin, the metal value is going to be there. Okay? There's metal value. Silver has a good value, and obviously gold has a very high value. Okay? Now, a lot of coins don't have any metal value. They don't have any metal value at all. Like if you get some pennies or some change out of your pocket right now, the metal value is going to be very low to nothing on those coins. But the good thing is that they might have the second thing that could make a coin valuable. They might have what we call numismatic value. Okay, important word right there. Numismatic value. Numismatic. Well, you might ask, what does numismatic mean, Mr. Hurley? Well, basically, numismatic value means how rare is the coin? Is the coin hard to find? Is there only a few of those coins out there? Now, if the coin is rare, meaning there's not a bunch of them out there, it will have a numismatic value. Even if it doesn't have any metal value, the coin will have numismatic value. Now, if the coin is everywhere, if the coin is very common, you could find it anywhere, it will have a very low or no numismatic value. But if the coin is very rare or somewhat rare and hard to find, okay, then the coin may have numismatic value. All right? So those are the two things you have to know about the value of coins. Metal value, does it have a metal value? And if it doesn't, that's still okay, because it might have a numismatic value, okay? And that's basically based on rarity, how easy or how hard it is to get a hold of that coin. All right? So right now I want to move on to the three main types of coin collecting. In the hobby, there are three main types of coin collecting. There is collecting that you could do of U.S. coins, coins from the United States, okay? For instance, this is a coin from the United States. This is called a Morgan dollar. This is a coin from the United States. So that would be an example of U.S. coins that you would collect. You could also collect foreign coins. This is a coin from Germany. You could collect foreign coins. Very interesting. I like collecting foreign coins because they're fun to learn about the countries and the types of money that they use. Okay? So you could collect US coins, foreign coins, and the third category of coins, and this is pretty much more advanced, ancient coins. Okay? So ancient coins. We're talking about coins that are thousands of years old. Okay? This is a coin from the Roman Empire. You'll see some images on the back. And from an emperor called Diocletian. Okay? So 3 main types of coin collecting, guys. There is US coins. All right, now that's the most popular area, and that's where I'm going to have you guys start. If you want to start a coin collection, I'm going to have you guys start with US coins. That's the best place to start for the beginner. But as you get more advanced and you get more interested in the hobby, you could start collecting foreign coins from other countries, and you could start collecting ancient coins. I collect all 3 because I've been doing this for many, many years. Okay? But for our purposes today, we're going to talk about getting started in coin collecting by collecting US coins. Okay? And the best place to start coin collecting, and where I started coin collecting when I was a kid, was collecting Lincoln pennies. Pennies. Lincoln cents. You heard me right. Lincoln pennies. Okay? Why do I want to start with collecting Lincoln pennies? Well, let me tell you. When you collect Lincoln pennies, you could get most Lincoln pennies, even the older ones, you could get them very cheap, or you could even find them in your change, okay? Or your penny jar at home. If you have a penny jar at home, you might be able to find some of these Lincoln pennies to start your collection. And that's what makes it so fun, because it's a hunt, okay? So we're going to talk about the Lincoln penny right now, because that's where I want you to start your coin collection, with the Lincoln penny. Now, we have to know a little bit about the Lincoln penny. There's 2 major types of Lincoln penny. There's the wheat cent, and that's what we're going to start. That's where you're going to be collecting, is the wheat cent, and the memorial cent. Let me show you an example. This is the wheat cent. Now, obviously, you've seen this before. It has President Lincoln on the front. Okay, we've all seen that before. But the wheat cent is different because it has wheat stalks. Let me turn it around. It has wheat stalks on the back. Okay? You see those wheat stalks on the side? That's why it's called a Lincoln. That's why it's called a wheat penny. And this is where you want to start your coin collection with, is the wheat penny. Okay? Take a look at it again. Let me get a good zoom in there. You can see the wheat stalks on the side of the penny. That's why we call this a wheat cent. Okay? Now, the wheat cent was made between 1909, over 100 years ago, 1909, and they stopped making the wheat cent in 1959. But the reason why we always start coin collecting with wheat cents is because they're very inexpensive, okay? And you could still find these wheat cents in your change. These coins, some of these coins are still in circulation. That's a vocabulary word, circulation. Let me show you that word, okay? Here it is, circulation. Circulate would be the root word. Circulate means to go around. So circulation means that the coins are still being used, okay? Meaning that people are still buying things with these coins, all right? So the wheat penny, in some cases, is still in circulation. You could find these in your change if you look carefully at your pennies. Not all the time, but sometimes you'll be able to find them in your change. If you have a penny jar at home, go through your penny jar. You might be able to find, and you probably will find at least a couple, wheat cents in your penny jar. So that's why I tell beginners to always start coin collecting with the wheat cent. Okay, let's take a look at it again. So you make sure that you know what a wheat cent is. It's falling out of my hand. All right, here we go. So the front of the penny is the same, but the back is what makes it the wheat cent. And you can see the wheat stalks on the side right there. So this is the coin that I want you guys to start your coin collection with, the wheat cent. Okay? Most of these wheat cents you could buy for less than $1. Okay? Now, there are some wheat cents that are very valuable. There's the 1909 S VBD wheat cent, very rare. It has a very large numismatic value. And that wheat cent is worth hundreds of dollars. Okay, and there's some other ones that are very valuable as well. Okay, but for the most part, these wheat cents are very inexpensive. They're easy to find, and you could even find them in your change. Ask your parents, can I look at the change? I want to look for some wheat cents. Okay, or look in your penny jar. Go through the whole thing. Look for some wheat cents. I guarantee you will find at least a couple. And if you don't, you could buy them and keep looking for them, but you could buy them for very inexpensive costs. So that's why we start with the wheat cent always. Okay? Now let me show you how to collect your wheat cents. We have these albums. We have these coin collecting albums, and it'll tell you the dates on them. So this Lincoln cent album goes from 1909 when the coin first started, and you can see a good picture of the wheat on the back right there. And it ends in 1940. Okay, and it opens up. It opens up and you put your coins in the proper place. Now notice, I don't have it all filled. I'm still collecting. The ones that I don't have filled are harder to find. The ones that I don't have filled are more valuable and harder to find. That's why I don't have them. I don't have them placed in there. Okay? Where I want you guys to start, this one was from 1909 to 1940. These are harder to find. These are more valuable. So you might want to start with this album, and you could buy one of these for a couple bucks. You could buy this one, and this one starts at 1941 and goes all the way to 1974. Okay? So you could buy one of these that starts in 1941 and goes to 1974. You could probably get one of these for less than $5. A couple bucks. Okay? And same thing, as you're collecting the coins, you could add them to your album. Now, we didn't talk about what happened with the wheat cent. What happened with it? Well, it was discontinued. They stopped making them in 1958. 1958, they stopped making them. And in 1959, the government started to make the memorial penny. The memorial penny. And I'm sure you've seen this one before. This is the one we have today. So it changed. It changed from the wheat penny. It's changed from the wheat penny that I showed you to the memorial penny that you see here. Okay? So this is the type of penny you'll find today. But like I said, you could still find the wheat cent in some change today. And I found a lot of them in change over the years. Okay? So I hope that helps with beginning a coin collection. Now, if you're interested and you've collected a lot of wheat pennies and you want to move on to something beyond wheat pennies, okay? You're interested in the hobby and you want to move beyond just wheat pennies, okay? You can move on to these U.S. coins. Now, these U.S. coins I'm going to show you are also inexpensive. Most of them are inexpensive. Most of these you could get for $2 or less. Okay? There's some that are worth hundreds and thousands of dollars. I don't have too many of those. I hardly have any of those. I'm still collecting most of the easier ones to find. Okay? So if you want to move on from wheat pennies, you can move on to these coins after you have collected wheat pennies. We have the famous Buffalo nickel. Buffalo nickel. Okay, so we have a picture of a Native American on the front of the Buffalo nickel. And, of course, the buffalo on the back. That's why it's called the Buffalo nickel. Now, the Buffalo nickel was made between 1913. Let me check my notes here. Yeah. The Buffalo nickel was made between 1913 and 1938. Okay? So it is an old nickel, but you could still get these. Like this nickel I'm showing you right here, this is like a 75-cent nickel. So you could get this nickel for maybe $1 or probably less. And they're fun to collect. Excuse me. Same thing. You could get a Buffalo nickel album and you could start putting them into an album. And I have one of those as well. Okay, so Buffalo nickels. After wheat pennies, Buffalo nickels is a good place to continue your collection. Now, if you really like the pennies, really like the pennies, and you're interested in what kind of pennies did we have before Lincoln pennies? We had the Indian head penny. Let me show you that. This is a beautiful, well-preserved Indian head penny from 1901, so it's well over 100 years old. And on the back, you could see it just says, it has a shield on it, a wreath, and it says 1 cent. Okay? So if you're interested in pennies, you could go from Lincoln pennies to Indian head pennies. And most of these are pretty affordable as well. Now, let me warn you, Indian head pennies are harder to find, and they are more valuable. Okay, so an Indian head penny might cost you the minimum $2. And you could go all the way up to hundreds or thousands of dollars for one single Indian head penny. But, like this penny here, you could probably get one of these in this condition. Now, condition is another thing we didn't talk about. The condition of the coin. Like, you see how shiny these coins are? They're in really good condition. Condition also contributes to the value, a lot towards the value. And we'll talk about that later on. Okay? But a coin, an Indian head penny in this condition, it still has shine on it. Look at that. Still has a little bit of shine on it. And we're talking about a coin that's this is 1901. We're talking about a coin that is, 119 years old, and it still has shine on it. Still has luster. So you might be able to, this coin here is probably a $15, $20 coin. Okay? But, like I said, you could get other less preserved Indian head pennies for around $2, and you can start a collection of Indian head pennies. Okay? If you're still interested and you want to expand your collection, you could collect Liberty nickels. Liberty nickels. Okay, there's Lady Liberty on the front. Okay, some stars around her head. You got the date on the bottom. This is an 1883 Liberty nickel. And on the back, there's a V on it. So a lot of people call these V nickels. Okay, but these Liberty nickels were the nickels that we used in the United States. The nickels that we use in the United States before the Buffalo nickel. These are also collectible, very collectible, and you could get most of these you could get for an inexpensive price. Okay, there's a lot of them that are very valuable as well. Okay, as you get more advanced, you could collect those. But for the most part, the Liberty nickel, you could get those for $1, $2, $5. You can get those pretty inexpensive. Okay? So, like I said, if you've collected a lot of US coins and you want to move on in the hobby, you could always move on to foreign coins. Okay? Like I showed you this this mark from Germany. All right? You can move on to foreign coins. These are very interesting. All right? Or if you like the Roman Empire, you like the Greek Empire, you like the Persian Empire, you like really old civilizations, you could always move into ancient coins. This is the Emperor Diocletian, and he ruled Rome in the year 286. Yeah, the year 286. That's how old this coin is. Okay? So I hope this was a good introductory video for you. I hope you get interested in coin collecting. I hope you get interested in what we call numismatics, collecting coins. Okay? Since we're in this shutdown situation and we can't be out of our house too often, this is a good hobby that you could do at home. Instead of being stuck on the TV or stuck on the computer all the time, you could start this hobby and enjoy coin collecting. Okay, guys? Good to see everybody. Hope to see you soon. If you like this video or like any of my other videos, please like and subscribe. See you soon. I hope to hear about that you started a coin collection soon. Okay, guys. Take care. Good to see you. Bye-bye.